I'm having to focus. I just took my glasses off. Good afternoon, everybody. Early evening on the East Coast, Friday. It is what a lot of people look forward to. I really have to think about what day it is. Honestly, this is Cynthia Delaney. I am a professional network marketer. A lot of us live our lives out networking from the time we're 5 years old in a kindergarten classroom, introducing our friends to our parents. We start networking, putting people together, sharing our life with like-minded individuals, people that love to enjoy similar hobbies, go similar places, hang out with similar people. We all network. And so I want to talk to all of you today as you join us about getting to the front of your life. Get to the front of your life, you guys. Start living. If you're not already living the life that you've dreamt of, know that it's possible. It is probable. In fact, if you can imagine it, it is something that is there for the taking. Do you believe it? Do you want it? Are you willing to do what it takes? That's the only difference. It's only a hand's reach away from every single person. And I'm excited to be talking to each and every one of you today. We're going to make it quick. We'll make it fast. I'm going to target, hold on, let me start my timer right here. I'm going to target hitting about 10 minutes with this particular subject today. But as you join us, please swipe right to share this training with your followers, with your connections. Empower them, empower their life, empower the people around them with the positivity that makes things happen. You guys, it's very important. You are the sum of the 5 people you hang around most. It's just a fact. And so if you hang around with the sum of people, I'm not knocking it, I'm just giving an example, that make $40,000 a year, 5 of the people that you hang around most make an equivalent of 40 or an average of $40,000 a year. Guess where you're probably going to hit? If you surround yourself with 5 people that are constantly negative in your life, or are okay with mediocrity, not really shooting for the stars, not looking forward in their life, not really the givers that they want to be. Maybe they've given up on some things. Guess what? No matter how big you think, no matter how big you dream, it's probably going to pull you down. So get to the front of your life. You get to the front of your life. Get to the front of the line and start living. As you join us, please shout out your name and where you're joining us from. I always like to recognize at least a couple of you guys. I know you're taking some time out from your Friday, potentially time that you have very little of towards the end of the week, going into the weekend with your family and friends because you've worked your rear end off for somebody else's dreams all week long. So I want to be respectful of that, but I want to empower you. I want you to know California, Vermont, Tucson, we've got Bullhead City joining us, Ivan and Christine. Hello, you guys. Love you. Eric and Rachel from Florida, thanks for joining us. And we've got Nebraska, let me put on my glasses, California. We've got Oceanside in California, Kauai, welcome, Auburn, Georgia. Thank you for joining us. More from Kauai. I miss you too. We've got Illinois, Sacramento, Pueblo West, on and on. Thank you for joining us, you guys. Please swipe right to share this with your followers. Make sure that they get to join in on this powerful perspective, and tap your screen. If you want to give me some hearts, let me know, hey, I want to hear more of this kind of training. I love what I'm hearing. This is empowering. We appreciate you. I would love to feel the love, and I'm feeling it right now. Thank you guys so much. We're excited that you're joining us. So getting to the front of your life, start living. How many of you feel that you're living a limited life, that you're not doing all the things you've dreamt of, that you're not able to create a life where you're pulling your dreams and your bucket list off the shelf and one by one achieving and experiencing and giving those things? You know, bucket list should include what you're going to live out. but it should include what you're going to leave in this life, right? It's very important that we give. The more you give, the more you receive. And that is how success is made, is by helping other people be successful. And that's why I'm so glad to be joining all of you today on a Friday, late afternoon, early evening, maybe around the world in the morning as you join us. If you're joining us from out of the country, if you're joining us from time zones well away from the mountain time zone, let us know. I appreciate, yes, live, don't exist. And I think that's my husband chiming in. Live, don't exist, you guys. That's our family motto. And it reminds us every single day of what makes us happy. Do you remind yourself? Do you write it down? Do you say it out loud of what truly makes you happy? Or are you holding it back because it's just too hard to realize that is not your reality? In us saying live, don't exist too, you know, that is wisdom coming from generations above us, saying, you know, we've lived our life out. When we look back, these are the things that we can give you. Do not give up on life. Do not set your dreams aside. If you do, you'll regret them. And through that wisdom, we've decided on that motto, live, don't exist. Do you have a motto in your life? Do you have a focus? Does your family have a saying? Do you have goals that you can achieve together? Well, I can also say that live, don't exist reminds me how precious time is, because we're not promised tomorrow. We are promised right now. We are promised today, and right now, and the way we're living our life is the watermark, is the impression, is the gift that we'll give to generations to come. They'll forget our name eventually, you guys, but what will remain is the impact on other lives. Is that important to you? If so, then welcome to a similar mindset in my family to yours, but also welcome to the mindset of network marketing. We love the profession we're in. We make a living the most honorable way you can by helping other people achieve their goals. The byproduct is abundance for us in our family, and there's no point in having abundance unless you share it. And too few of us know the power of that, because we're just trying to pay our own bills. We're barely trying to get by. We're taking a deep breath and going through the day in and day out because we don't know anything different. And in the midst, you don't get that fulfillment of being able to give over to someone else. And giving to someone else fills our soul in a way that I can't put words to. So, you know, it's way too common for people to spend their whole life, waiting to start living. It's way too common for people to spend their whole life waiting to start living. How many of you today have decided that no more? Or if you are living that great life, give me more. Do you want more of what you've got? Or do you want to find more? You've got options, you guys. You've got answers that you didn't have yesterday. If you're just joining us, if you've never been on one of our periscopes, if you've never joined us for a training, I'm Cynthia Delaney. My husband is Bill Delaney. We build a future together, and we help basically strangers at the onset build a future that they may never have had. Now, we get to know each other really well along the way, and we've built some lifetime friendships through a similar mindset of just no more of what I've got, no more of being limited, no more lack, more abundance, more looking forward to tomorrow. How many of you wake up and say, oh my gosh, today is going to be the best day yet? Don't say the best day ever. Say the best day yet, because you don't want that to be your best day ever. Otherwise, tomorrow won't be near as good, potentially. You want to say yet. You want to expect the best of your life to be in front of you. I don't say this often. Age is just a thing. It is, but it's not something I talk about a lot. But I am 40 plus. And you guys, I don't have 150 years left, and neither does my husband. So we're very conscious about how we spend each day and how we build our lives. And we want to wake up looking forward to what adventures and what gifts that we have to give in this life. So I want you to think right now about how many times you may say to yourself, you know what, next week. You may sit around the dinner table and say to your family next month, you know, we didn't get to go to that amusement park. We didn't get to take that trip. So we'll do it next month. And next month becomes next month, that becomes next month, becomes next month. Or you may have to say next year, I'm sorry, for Christmas this year, we didn't make it to see those Christmas lights. We didn't make it to see that family because money held us back, because our job wouldn't let us have the time that we needed to go, or just because, you know what, we're always putting stuff off. We're always putting stuff off. And in that case, you've got to ask yourself, how long before you say next life? Next life. You know, maybe I'll get another shot at this deal. Or maybe I'll finally find peace. Or maybe, you know what, this life is so incredible. We've all been born into an immense amount of abundance. If you're born into poverty, it's a situation. It is a scenario. It is a circumstance. If you die in poverty, it is an absolute choice for each and every one of us. And I'm not just talking about monetary poverty. I'm talking about poverty of time, poverty of love, poverty of a lot of things, because we can have an abundance of time, of love, of choice. A lot of that really is designated by the choices you make for income though. So I really want you to think about that. So I started talking to you about live, don't exist, and it's way too common for people to spend their whole life waiting to start living. That's number one. Number two is I want you to realize that you don't always need a plan. You don't always need a plan. Sometimes you just need to breathe, you need to trust, and you need to let go. Things come across our path all the time. Choice is an option, and change can be scary. For me, it's scarier to not change. It's scarier to remain in the same place. It was what scared Bill and I right to the top of our company, and to be able to help hundreds of people retire. I was scared that my family, I was going to have to watch them continuing to be uncomfortable. I was more scared of that than the change in front of me that meant I was going to have to get out of my comfort zone. And I did. Not everybody does. And I've watched the loss of that potential future for those that stand by and watch, that stand by and hope. Hope, you guys, is always a hand's length away from you. That word it's a beautiful word. It's one that's brought a lot of beauty to the world, but let me tell you something. Hope, I don't believe in it. It's a beggar. It walks through the fire. And faith jumps over it. So have faith in your future. Have faith in what you've been given. Your potential. You were made for greatness. Get out there and shine your light. Other people are waiting for you to set the example. Most people are scared to move, are scared of change, are scared to think outside of the box, are scared to do anything different than what their friends say they should be doing. And that holds you back. In network marketing, in anything you're involved in your life that you want to be extremely successful at, you need to attend everything. Everything. If you're an athlete, you need to attend every single practice to be the best athlete you can be. In fact, you'll be there last, leaving last. You'll be practicing at hours where the team isn't practicing. You're in the gym working out. You are setting goals high for yourself and high for the team. You're setting expectations of yourself. You want to be able to reach those goals. I'm sick of being afraid. And you don't have to be. Somebody just wrote to me, I'm sick of being afraid. Right now, right here, make the decision. Write it down. Speak it out loud every single day. I am no longer afraid of living. I am no longer afraid of living. I am afraid of not living. And that will not happen because X, Y, Z. And write that down. 1, 2, 3. Why? What are the things you're doing today to make a difference in your future tomorrow? How is tomorrow going to look any different, you guys, if you just wake up and you hit that alarm clock and you take your shower, you get in your car and you go to work, you wait for lunch, and then you take a breath, and then you go to the bathroom, and then you go back to work, and then you wait for the clock to ding, and then you finally get to get in your car and get home and fight the traffic, and then you're at home and you're thinking, I've got an hour before the kids go to bed, I want to take this in, but I need to clean the dishes, and I need to do this, and I need to put in a load of laundry, and then you put the kids to bed, and you try to have a minute with them, and then you do it all over again, and again and again and again, and then you spend the whole weekend where you should just be celebrating life. In fact, I don't even know what a weekend is anymore, you guys. I want this for you. You shouldn't know the difference between a Monday and a Saturday, and you can have this too. I know it because I was you. I was trying to figure all this out so that my husband and I would be together, so that he would know his son, so that we would have a better life, so we would be able to give that to other people. You guys, this is not Albert Einstein science. I look at his science, and I look at the algorithms and the theorems and all this, and it drives me crazy. That is not me. That I'm not that mathematician, but I am a factual, goal-oriented woman that loves life, that loves to give to other people. And I figured this out along with my husband, and there's no point in us living this life unless we can pass it along to as many people as possible. I'm tired of procrastinating. Okay, I perfected the word. I'm not sure it went off the screen, you guys, before I saw it, but yeah, no more procrastinating. They did a study on a group of executives at a conference, hundreds of them. They asked them to raise their hand if they were a procrastinator. The amount that raised their hand were approximately 10%. They did another conference with people that were unemployed, and they asked them if they are procrastinators. 90% held up their hand. Enough said. On to the next thing, you guys. You know, you've got to let go of habits that have gotten you to where you are. You've got to let go of those habits. They're not good habits. If you're not living the life that you want to live and giving that to other people, then change the direction and focus of your life. You know, if you right now think about the people you're surrounding yourself with, like I said earlier, if you think about where you're spending the majority of time, well, that's where you're focused, and that's where your life is going to go. You've got to redirect, even if it's in increments, inches, minutes during the day. Start to increase those minutes to hours, hours to days, days to weeks, weeks to months, and watch what happens in your life. Take the baby steps if you need to. Some of you are ready to just jump in. You're so sick and tired of the same thing over and over again that you are just going to jump in. And that's where I was. Show me. I wanted the experts. I wanted the ones with knowledge and experience. I wanted the ones with results to show us what to do. And I wasn't going to question it. They showed us, we did it. They showed us, we did it. They showed us, we did it. Now, if you're that teachable and trainable, you're going to take a shortcut, and your life is going to change very, very quickly. I'm not going to say it's going to change without pain, because there's going to be people around you that you find you don't want to be around so much anymore, because their lack of drive in their life doesn't want you to make them feel that they're not doing enough. And so they're probably not going to speak a whole lot of support into you stepping out and stepping away. And you need to think about that. But not everybody. Some of us have friends that being a part of our life and our financial changes or our mental and emotional changes, just encouraging us is where they're going to be, whether they're in that exact place or not. And count those friends to be very dear to you, because they're few and far between. Most people have gotten in their zone, and if you make them think of what they should or could be doing to change their life and their family's life, and could be doing to change the lives of other people around them, it's going to make them super uncomfortable. They're more comfortable being uncomfortable, you guys. So we need to step into our greatness that God put us all in. Yes, absolutely, you guys. We undermine who we can become all the time. So let go of those old habits. Breathe, trust, and let go. You don't have to have a whole life plan laid out to know when you hit the start button. You hit the start button and start planning your life as you learn, right? As you grow. Surround yourself. Choose those people you want around you, that you want your life to emulate. If you know people that have a great marriage, they have been very successful, they have a lot of time with their children, and that's what you want. They're able to give to the charities they love, or to people that are underprivileged, or even be able to adopt a child and give a child that abundance of love that you have. Well, it all equates to, changing your life and going in the direction that you want to be. Be, do, have. Be, do, have. Now, what lies behind you and lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies inside of you. I want you to really hear me. I'm going to close this out today in saying that what lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies within you. You are a force to be reckoned with. I promise you that. You have a story, a fight we all do in this life. It's not an easy one, but it's a beautiful one. When you put yourself in the place to be able to have that bird's eye view, climbing a mountain and sitting on a rock, being able to watch the sunset is a very special place. Your life is no different. It takes effort to climb to the top of that mountain. It takes perspective. It takes focus to get to that rock that you want to sit on, that you just know the sunset is going to be beautiful looking from. But too many people just say, tomorrow I'm going to climb that rock. Or I wish I could climb that rock. You can. There is nothing keeping you behind, nothing keeping you from in this life except for you. So if any of you are pointing fingers at any people around you, no matter how negative or how undriven, I want you to stop. That's their choice. You have choices in this life to make a bigger life and to make a bigger impact. You make a living by what you earn, but you make a life by what you give. You make a living by what you earn, but you make a life by what you give. I want you guys to get to the front of your life, and I want you to start living. And I don't want you to do it tomorrow. After this Periscope, after this training, right now, comment. Let us know where you are. Already several of you are making a commitment. You're making an announcement to the world. Periscope's open to the world. Make that commitment first and foremost to yourself. It's not for me. It's not for me to hear. It's not for me to approve or anybody else around you. You will live this life out, and you will take that last breath, and you will know and remember the people you have loved that have loved you, and the way that you've made an impact on this world, or the lack thereof. The 3 top regrets of the dying are they wish they had had the courage. They wish they had had the courage to live a life true to themselves, not the life that others expected of them. Think about that. How many people are you trying to please, and where has that been taking you? It may be time to cut those ropes. It may be time to get rid of those chains that bind you and be the person that's dying inside of you to get out. If you're scared to speak in front of other people, if you're afraid that people are going to judge you, I was too. Get past it. I promise you it's nothing. It's a fear that's not real. And on the other side of fear is always freedom. The second regret of the dying is I wish that I hadn't worked so hard. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. That's because it takes you away from the people you love and the things that you love doing. You guys have a decision with network marketing, a very specific platform to create leverage and run together with like-minded people that have your back. We have each other's back. And it creates a win-win scenario. Bill and I don't win unless we help a lot of other people retire and meet their goals and their dreams. And that's big to celebrate with other people. And it's a meaningful and a purposeful life that I feel we are living. We're not creating other people's dreams. We are creating a change in other people's lives. And we're doing that from first and foremost us making a decision to change our own And then the byproduct is we're going out there and going to town, and we will touch millions. We will. And you will too if you decide to follow in our footsteps. The third regret of the dying is I wish I would have had the courage to express myself. That's a sad one. They all are hard, but they're real. You aren't dying. You are living right now, no matter where you are. You know, you may be fighting the flu right now. You may be fighting an illness or disease state, but you're living, you're breathing. You're making an imprint right now. For those of us that aren't fighting any of those things that we know of, and listen, live big. I know people that their life changes overnight. So be all that you want to be. Give that to the world. You are a gift to this world. Nobody else is like you. And watch the impact that you make. You'll get addicted to it. I promise you. It's amazing when you're able to live a big life and see more and more coming. And you start thinking, wow, I'm not going to live long enough. Even if I live to be 250 years old, I won't live long enough. How many people do you know that are in their 70s or 80s and they're saying, you know what? I've lived a good life and I'm ready. Shoot, no. You guys, I'm going to be 150 years old and I'm still, I hope I go out the way that I lived. I hope I go out in a flame of glory. I hope I go out in a big explosive way. And I remind myself of that every day, and I better live that big explosive life. Now, I don't mean you can't sit back and enjoy being by the pool and looking at the mountains or a sunset. That's living an explosive life. It's being able to take it in, okay? But there's other ways to live too that maybe because you're behind four walls and a desk, you're not able to. Think about the choices you make. Think about tonight. It's Friday, November 20th, something like that, 21st. I don't know the day, but you guys mark it in your calendar because you're not alone. I'm on your side. I have your back. I hope you join us every single week with our Periscope trainings. I hope that I've gifted you and given you a clear vision, permission, and empowerment to live the life you were meant to live and to give others what you have to give. And it's abundance. It's abundance from all of us. Abundance of a life lived and lessons learned, and to have someone's back and to give them the belief and the courage to live their life's potential as well. If you like what you've heard today, I'd love for you to join us at BillAndCynthiaDelaney.com. It's a way to opt in and be connected to future trainings and past video trainings and blogs that we put on our site to empower you. You can also send Bill and I any questions directly to that site, and we will get back to you. You can join us at BC Delaney, Twitter, Facebook, and some other social media sources. Look for us. We want to be a part of your journey and empower you with everything that we've already learned. We have knowledge, we have experience, and we have passion to the industry of network marketing, the beautiful people in it, and what lies in front of each and every one of you, whether you're in network marketing yet or not. This is a platform that we all on a daily basis participate in, but few get paid for and few build a living on. But again, remember what I said, you make a living by what you earn, you make a life by what you give. How much are you able to give? This is it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope that you have your best weekend yet. Make sure that you put that commitment down to yourself. Where are your dreams going, and what commitments are you making to yourself and to your family and to other people around you? You have the power within you to make that change, and you also have the power within you to have the best weekend yet. I can't wait to join you guys again really soon. Thanks for having me. Thanks for spending some time with us this evening, and take care.